And I'm going to reveal the secret right now. Because this was a word that nobody should say it out. But I'm going to sit here today to tell you the Africans how they assassinated John Pombe Magufuli and why do they assassinated him. Tanzania former president. When coronavirus started, COVID-19, we the blacks men, we the black people living in Europe, we were always working, every day going to work. And white people were not going to work because they stopped them. They said quarantine and everybody should stay in the house. Everybody should stay indoor. But we the black peoples in Europe, we were going to work without face masks. And we were not getting this sickness. And European citizens who were sitting in their houses with face masks, they were getting coronavirus. And their citizens started to come out to make a demonstration to ask their governments, the European governments, that why black peoples without face masks going to work every day, they are not getting this COVID-19. But we, the white people, the citizens of Europe, staying in the room with face masks, we are still getting this COVID-19. It became a problem. It became a very big problem on the European governments. Then they started to come out to see that which solution they can do to make their people believe that COVID-19 is true. Because their people were always convinced by the nature that this COVID-19 is a fake. And what happened next? They started to see any black man, if you said your head is paining you, if you go to an European hospital, they say you have COVID-19. To let their peoples believe that black peoples are also having COVID-19, it's not only white. They were putting any black man who go to hospital, if your hand is paining you, they said you have COVID-19. They took your picture and put it on their medias everywhere. To make their peoples believe the fake decisions they are making on their peoples. The fake decision. The fake sickness called COVID-19. And in that way, their peoples came out to make demonstration to say, look, our European Prime Minister says this sickness spread by air and Africa is not having this sickness and still Africans are working, Africans are doing their business. There is no more COVID-19 in Africa. Is Africa not among the world? Is Africa not no more among the planet? Why do Africa is not locked down but only Europe and America and UK is locked down and China? But Africa is never locked down. I swear to the Holy Quran. What they do next is to pay each and every African leader 27 million euro. Each and every African leader. This is the strategy they use. That's why all African countries, all African leaders were locking down their countries because they were paid by European Union, each and every leader in Africa, 27 million euro to lock down their country, to make their peoples, their European citizens to believe that Africa also is locked down now. So this sickness is true. Because their people were asking them this question. Why Africa is not locked down? Why is only Europe? Is Africa not no more among the planet? And in this way, they started to pay each and every African leader. John Pombe Magufuli was among leaders who collected the 27 million euro to lock down his country. The 27 million euro was given to each and every African leader to lock down their countries. This was the reason they gave them 27 million euro. This 27 million euro was given by European Union to African leaders so that they can lock down their countries. Either they believe if the sickness is there or not, they should lock down their country. That's why they pay them this 27 million euro. Just for their European citizens to believe that this sickness is true. And at the next, John Pombe Magufuli, Tanzania former president, pick up the 27 million euro and find out later that this sickness is fake. It's just that peoples, Europeans, Americans, and UK and Chinese want to increase their economy. They don't know how to increase it. And they have to take a loan from the World Economic. And in this way, they can't get a charity from the World Economic if they don't form any other kind of sickness, my brothers and sisters. And it become problem between Europeans and their citizens, between Americans and their citizens, between UK and their citizens. By asking them that why Africa is not locked down, and they paid every African leader 27 million euro to lock down their countries. John Pombe Magufuli picked this 27 million euro and find out later that this COVID-19 is a fake. And he refused to lock down his country. Every country in Africa was locked down except Tanzania. Tanzania peoples know what I am talking about. He refused to lock down his country. He said he don't believe it's a real sickness. It's a fake. And his people were not dying when he refused to lock down his country. His peoples were not dying. His peoples were going to their businesses. And that's the time when I saw Europeans came out to ask questions. European peoples who plot this evil plan against Africa, they came out to make videos to say why European Union is not asking John Pombe Magufuli to return the 27 million euro they give him to lock down his country. I swear to the Holy Quran, this was what was happening. But none of us, the Africans, were interested in to know what is going on our continent, why our continent is locked down. But I was criticizing that time to know what they are planning against Africa, because everything in this world, when it happened, I try to see that these people, they are planning something against Africa. They use Africa. And that's the moment I try to criticize and investigate what are they planning right now against Africa. Because when something like this is happening, everybody is focused on one place. But we forget about what is happening in our back, in our homeland, Africa. And I find out that Europeans were really having meetings to find out a way how to deal with John Pombe Magufuli, because they've already paid him. And some of the European doctors were even making videos on TikTok, on Facebook, asking, saying that why do European Union didn't go to Tanzania to collect the 27 million euro from John Pombe Magufuli, because they paid him to lock down his country. You paid a president to lock down his country without knowing the reason. And so many African, only John Pombe Magufuli, Tanzania former president, refused to lock down his country. All the stupid leaders of Africa were locking down their countries when they were paid by 27 million euro. When they were paid with this 27 million euro, all of them locked their countries without criticizing whether this sickness is true, whether it's in their country or not. They don't want to know, because they have the money. And this was how they were using them. By giving them that money, none of these African leaders were criticizing or investigating if this sickness is true or a fake. By giving them money, immediately all of them locked down their countries. All of them. John Pombe Magufuli says, no, I will not lock down my country. And this complaint been going on. European doctors were complaining. European Union, some of the European Union Parliament workers were complaining. Why don't they ask John Pombe Magufuli to return the 27 million euro they have given to him? And that's how they plan and already prepared that woman to become the president of Tanzania, because they know they will take away John Pombe Magufuli. And when they assassinated him, they want someone to be the president of Tanzania who they can use, who they can take their remote and use that person like a television, like the same way they are using all other African leaders. Whatever they say, that's what you will do in your country. Whatever they don't want to happen in your country, that will not happen. So you have to listen to them and take command from them. They have to be the commander. And they choose that woman. When that woman accepts to be a slave to Europeans and to listen to them and to take commandment from them, then they choose him. They choose her as the leader when when John Pombe Magufuli will be gone. And I said it, I will never hide it. Europeans have a hand in John Pombe Magufuli to assassinate. John Pombe Magufuli was poisoned and killed. Who poisoned him? His own fellow black peoples. Who used his own peoples and kill him? Europeans. And at the end of the day, I saw Europeans in every news in Europe here, they were writing John Pombe Magufuli, Tanzania former president, who refused, who says that coronavirus is not true. He is now dead and killed by coronavirus. This is what they said in every news. They said he is the only leader in Africa who refused to accept the challenge of coronavirus, but now he is killed by coronavirus. Now, all the European newspapers, televisions, TV stations were just putting this because they were paid to do it. just to show the whole world that he refused. That's why he died by coronavirus. And I think I make it very clear to my peoples. I don't lie. If they don't believe me, if European Union and Europeans don't believe me, and they want to make it to the world, make it clear to Tanzanian people that they don't have date in John Pombe Magufuli, then they should arrest me and let's go to court.